Hi, so this is just a yoga recording for anyone to practice in their own time at mixed ability level. So just find yourself a cross-leg position first of all before we go into any movements, bringing yourself into a cross-leg position and roll your shoulders into the back. Just place the palms of the hands on top of the legs. Now we're just going to take a deep breath in for 1 count through the nose, and on the exhale we're just breathing out of the mouth. You usually just do this about 4 times using your own natural breath. So as we take a deep breath in for 1 count, we're breathing in through the nose, and on the out breath we're breathing everything out of the mouth. So just imagine that you're breathing in new air, fresh air, and on the out breath you're trying to release any stress, any negativity. Try and breathe that out of the mouth to let go. Now we'll start with a few shoulder rolls. So we're going to raise the shoulders up toward the ears as we breathe in through the nose. And as you exhale, you're going to roll the shoulders into the back, breathing out of the mouth. So raising those shoulders up toward the ears, taking a deep breath in, and on the out breath, you're breathing out of the mouth, drawing those shoulders into the back. We'll do that once more, breathing in, and breathing out, dropping the shoulders back down. We'll just go into some neck stretches. So placing one hand on the side of the head, and we're going to take a deep breath in and just tilt the head to the side as you breathe out of the mouth. So you will start to feel a stretch down the side of the neck or down the back of the neck. Imagine that you're breathing in that stretch, and on the out breath you're going to slightly roll the head forward, and you will start to feel more of an intense stretch. Imagine that you're breathing in that stretch, and on the exhale you're just trying to relax the head a little bit more, but without any force. And if you'd like to come out of it, just slowly bring the head back up to centre. And we'll just do exactly the same but on the opposite side. So tilting the head to the other side, take a deep breath in and breathe out. And you will start to feel the stretch down the side, and just pop the hand on the side of the head. Now on the out breath you're going to slightly roll that head forward, and just pay attention to where you feel the stretches from. Imagine you breathing in that stretch and breathing out of the mouth. And slowly bringing the head back up the centre. And we're just going to do a couple of spine twists. So placing the right hand on the left knee, on the left leg, rolling the shoulders into the back, and the opposite arm and hand is behind you. So the hand is planted into the floor, onto the mat, helping you lift up out of the waist. Take a deep breath in through the nose, and on the exhale you're going to look over the furthest shoulder away from you. So you'll be looking toward the wall. Taking 4 natural breaths, so breathing in for 1 count through the nose and breathing out of the mouth for 1. And just noticing the twist that you're getting in the abdomen, and on the last exhale just slowly breathe that breath out of the mouth, slowly bringing the body back round to centre. And now we'll just do exactly the same but on the other side. So opposite hand on opposite leg, other arm and hand behind you, lifting up out of the waist. Take a deep breath in through the nose, and on the out breath twisting to look over the furthest shoulder away from you. Taking 4 natural breaths. Breathing in for 1 and out for 1 for 4 counts. And slowly bringing the head and the top half of the body back around to centre. Now we're just going to come onto all fours now to get ready for cat pose. So just placing the palms of the hands into the floor or onto the mat, and make sure the knees are at your natural hip level. So as we soften the belly down toward the floor and the gaze is looking straight out in front of you, you're going to breathe in through the nose. And then as you start curving from the lower back, letting the bend go throughout the full back, letting the shoulders roll forward, dropping the head so the gaze is looking down between the gap through the legs. You're going to exhale out of the mouth. And you're just going to flow through this, breathing in, softening the belly down toward the floor, looking straight out in front of you. And exhale, slowly start curving from the lower back, letting that bend come throughout the full back, breathing out of the mouth. And do that once more, so softening the belly down, creating an arch with the spine, looking straight out in front of you, and then start curving the spine up toward the ceiling, exhaling the breath out of the mouth, and dropping the head. Slowly just coming back to a flat back. Breathe in, tuck the toes under and exhale back into your downward dog. Now make sure you've got full stability with the palms of the hands. You might have to widen the toes a little bit. Rolling the shoulders into the back and just make sure the head's neutral when you're dropping the gaze down toward the gap through the legs. Now you can walk out the legs a little bit if you want more of a stretch down the back of the legs, or you can just stay in down dog. Just make sure the hands are at shoulder height, and you're holding the shoulders into the back, and just pay attention to where you get the stretches from in the body. Imagine you breathing that stretch in, and on the out breath you're going to walk the feet toward the hands, bend the knees and slowly roll the body up to a standing position. We'll just get ready to go into our next posture. So we're going to widen the feet, a little bit wider than hip distance apart, and just roll those shoulders into the back. Just make sure you're standing nice and tall, so you're lifting up out of the waist. Now we're going to lift the arms up as we breathe in, lifting the arms up to shoulder height, and breathe out and just make sure the palms of the hands are facing down toward the floor. And just drop the gaze, so just make sure that the feet are slightly turned out. We're going to go into triangle pose. So we're going to bend one knee and just make sure that it's going over the little toe and that you can see the big toe. And the back foot is slightly tucked in, about 45 degrees, so it's in alignment with the foot that's turned out. Now bending that leg, and as you breathe in, you're going to exhale and drop the same arm down toward the bent knee, and you can just pop the arm on top of the knee that's bent. Now the opposite arm and hand can be still reached up toward the ceiling, or it can be bent round the back to hold onto a piece of clothing. Just make sure you're softening the gaze down toward the floor, so you've got a nice open chest space. It doesn't matter if you've got the arm raised up toward the ceiling or if it's bent round the back, as long as you've got the shoulders rolled into the back, you've dropped the gaze down toward the floor, and you've got a nice open chest. You're taking 4 deep breaths, so you're breathing in for 1 and out for 1 for 4 natural breaths, so without any force. After 4, just slowly exhale, bringing the top half of the body back up, straighten that leg, turn the foot in, and we're just going to do exactly the same but on the opposite leg. So we're going to bend the opposite leg, make sure the knee is going over the little toe, And the same arm is going to drop down toward the knee that's bent, and you can just rest the arm on top of the knee that's bent. Now the opposite arm can still be reached up toward the ceiling, or it can be bent round the back to hold onto a piece of clothing. Now just drop the gaze down toward the floor, and you will start to feel a nice stretch down the shoulder as well. Make sure you drop in the head so the gaze is looking down toward the floor. And you've taken 4 breaths in this posture. You might start to feel a stretch down the hip area as well. Just observe where you get the stretches from in the body. Just imagine you're breathing in that stretch, and on the out breath you're going to exhale and slowly bring the top half of the body as well as the arm back up to centre. Turn the foot in, drop the arms, and we're just going to step back to a parallel position. From here we're just going to come into a standing forward bend. So always check your feet alignment first. Make sure you're in parallel, standing tall, and just roll those shoulders into the back. As we breathe in, we're going to stretch the arms out in front of you, and as we exhale, we're going to drop the top half of the body down toward the floor, as well as the arms. So just relax the arms down toward the floor, and just let the arms hang. Let the shoulders roll forward, and then just drop the head down. The gaze is looking through the gap in between the legs. Now you should just get a nice stretch down the back of the legs. Just enjoy that stretch that you're feeling. Imagine you're breathing in that stretch. You're taking 4 counts. Deep breaths, slower, longer exhales. Just slowly bend the knees, roll the knees back up, and the top half of the body back up to a standing position to come out of the standing forward bend. And now we're just going to come down onto the mat, on the floor again. Just bring the soles of the feet together for butterfly pose. Now let the legs relax out to the side. You might have to rock from right to left to get those sits bones, and just bring yourself back to centre. Roll the shoulders into the back, and just place the palms of the hands on the lower ankles. Now to coordinate the breath, as you breathe in, you're going to lift the legs up to shoulder height toward the ceiling. So as you breathe in, you're lifting the legs up toward the ceiling, and as you exhale, you're dropping the legs back down to your natural hip level. So as you breathe in, we're lifting the legs up, breathing in through the nose, and as we breathe out, you're breathing out of the mouth. And you will start to feel something around the hip area and the inner hips, and this is just a good posture to improve your flexibility, a good hip flexor. So we'll just do this a couple more times to finish off. So as you breathe in, you're lifting the legs up toward the ceiling, and as you exhale, you're dropping those legs back down. Just bring yourself back into a cross-leg position once you've finished. And as we breathe in through the nose, taking another breath in, just going to stretch those arms up toward the ceiling. Nice deep breath in. Palms facing down as we exhale the breath out of the mouth, dropping the arms back down. We'll do that once more. Deep breath in, lifting those arms up. Palms facing down as we exhale the breath out, dropping the arms. Just bring the palms of the hands together, rub them until you get a warm sensation, and when you do, place them over the eyes. And just imagine you breathing in that warmth through the nose, and to finish off, just remove the hands away from the face to finish the practice. Thank you, I hope you enjoyed it.